Start off by cutting all of your fabrics to size. You can see here that I used my Stripology ruler to make quick work of cutting the small squares. Honestly, this is one of my favorite rulers and I use it all the time. Just look with a few passes of the rotary cutter how easy it is for me to create precision cut squares every time. Simply slice through and then it's just a matter of pulling away all of the excess scraps. With our fabrics all cut, it's time to just add our sashing. You're going to be adding them to each of the blocks. Be sure to give them a good press and then connect your middle block to each unit. Create a full row of 3. Now it's time to add our square blocks to the sashing rows. Simply add it to the sashing and continue to add to build out your final row. Repeat to create the total number of rows. You can see here that I've used chain piecing to make quick work of the process.
With all of my units stitched, it's time to just connect all of the pieces together. And if you've followed the instructions that were included with the pattern, everything should be pressed properly and will line up as you sew. So you can see here that I've laid everything out and I'm just going to go straight to the machine and stitch each one of these rows together.
Line everything up and use pins if you need it, and make sure that all of your seams are nested as you work. Add the row of sashing with square blocks to both the upper and lower edge of your rows of bunnies. Give everything a good press and then attach your next row.
And once you have your sashing added to each row, you can then connect the row to the center row. You're going to do this to the top and then the middle row to the bottom piece. And you're going to do it exactly the same way as you attached your sashing. Make sure you give everything a really good press as you're working. Go ahead and add your borders around the outside.
And then you can pin your pillow top to a piece of batting and prepare it for quilting. I've chosen a curvy decorative stitch that is standard on my Baby Lock Altair. Before adding it to my project, I actually did a few test pieces to make sure that I liked the length and width of the stitching.
Now you can see here that I'm using my laser beam guide to keep it straight across the row of sashing, and I'm just letting the machine do all the work. You can watch the stitches go side to side on that needle to create that little swirl design. So doing something like this is a great way to utilize the decorative stitches that are already included in your machine, and it adds a little fun touch to your project.
With all the quilting done, it's time to square up and trim your pillow topper. Just a quick pass around all 4 sides and you'll be ready to go.
With the front of our pillow complete, it's time to add the backing. Now I'm actually going to do an envelope pillow so I can actually just put my insert in and take it out and change it every season. So I'm already hemmed each piece and I'm just pinning it in place. Once you have it all pinned, you're going to stitch all the way around the 4 sides. For this type of pillow opening, you do not need to leave an opening. You simply stitch all around and then turn it right side out. Go ahead and trim your corners as needed to remove all that extra bulk. Then you can turn it right side out and slide your pillow form inside.
Now remember, if you haven't already, you can download the Sweet Peep Bunny block for free at thesewingloft.com.